guys just stop making rumors, trying to make me look like I'm just over and everything. You will find when my time is over, y'all will see when my time is over.
Shade, but it also was shade because she has gone tit for tat with you and you've been spiraling since.
Yeah, I'm not like big on explaining myself publicly because I don't really care like what people are assuming and stuff like that. So for me, I just don't want to keep explaining certain things because
the rap world is on fire with the latest drama. Ice Spice just dropped a bombshell diss on her new album targeting Cardi B and Latto. Is Ice Spice trying to save her career with desperate moves? And why did Cardi B and Latto fire back so fiercely?
Think she pretty but change her face. Falling behind like bitch, pick up your pace.
Cardi B didn't hold back. She slammed Ice Spice, accusing her of using their names to stay relevant. But what exactly did Cardi say?
Let me tell you, motherfucker, something. Let me make it clear because y'all was doing.
And then there's Latto, who chimed in saying Ice Spice is just trying to save her career. But why does Latto think this?
As much as like they done dragged my name all across the social media, nobody have ever said any of that to me in real life, and I be outside for real.
Right.
And how did Ice Spice defend herself? Are there hidden tensions between these artists that we don't know about? And is Ice Spice really an industry plant whose career is on a downturn? First up, let's talk about the most controversial part of this beef, the direct dissies. Cardi B didn't hold back when she slammed Ice Spice after hearing the diss on her new album. But what exactly did Ice Spice say? And why did Latto jump into the fray, accusing Ice Spice of being desperate to save her career? Okay, here's the tea. Ice Spice dropped a new album, and in one of her tracks, she threw shade at both Cardi B and Latto. This didn't sit well with Cardi, who immediately took to social media to fire back. For context, Ice Spice dropped her debut album Y2K on July 26th, and all hell broke loose, specifically with Cardi B going off following a perceived shot aimed at her.
Think she pretty but change her face. Falling behind like bitch, pick up your pace.
Shortly after the song made waves, the fellow Bronx star fired at unnamed female rappers on her X account. These bees have absolutely lost their mind. I'm getting all my lickbacks on my album though, on each one of you bees, she typed. She added, these bees can't see me in numbers or status. Y'all had way too much time to catch up. Can't see me in money, can't see me in real estate, fashion, and can't see me in person either. I'm not in a rat race with none of you bees. And Emma show y'all. But Ice Spice isn't staying silent either. She's been clearing the air, claiming that her comments were taken out of context and that the beef is a joke that's been blown out of proportion.
Yeah, I'm not like big on explaining myself publicly because I don't really care like what people are assuming and stuff like that. So for me, I just don't want to keep explaining certain things because
on Thursday, July 25th, Rolling Stone published an exclusive conversation with Ice Spice. In the lengthy piece, the Bronx rapper talks about various topics like her debut album, Y2K, which hit streaming platforms on Friday, July 26th. On her beef with Latto, Ice Spice claims she has no issue with the Atlanta rapper. I feel like if we ever spoke and I asked her, what's the issue? It'd be like a blank stare. It'd really be no issue whatsoever, especially from me, Ice stated. As the conversation continued, Ice Spice said she felt as if the beef was exaggerated. Ice addressed how Latto shared a video of a poop emoji-shaped cake in June to celebrate being the first female to headline Hot 107.9's birthday bash event in Atlanta. I can understand a friendly competition, but I just feel like at this point, it's a joke that she's just dragged out, and it's just not even funny. Like, bro, think You the Ish is from January. You're going to post a piece of ish cake to announce something that's good news for you, but it is kind of a compliment because you're taking something that's supposed to be a fun moment for you and you're making it about me. Again. The two rappers were at odds after Latto posted a video on social media in January to promote her song Sunday Service. Fans thought certain lyrics in the song were a diss toward Ice Spice. Think I'm the ish bee, I know it H. Jesus walked on water. I got ice boiling though, Latto raps. Another indication of their supposed beef was when Latto posted a video of herself on social media earlier this year, and Ice Spice's music video for Pretty Girl with Rima was playing in the background. This moment is what fans thought was the reason Ice dropped lyrical jabs at the Atlanta rapper on her song Think You the Ish, Fart. Ice confirmed that's why she did so on X Spaces on Feb. 2. Also in the interview, Ice Spice discussed her friendship with Nicki Minaj and revealed that although she isn't close to the Queens rapper, they're on good terms. Ice has worked on songs like Barbie World and Princess Diana remix with Nicki. "We don't have the closest relationship, you know, but we're definitely good," Ice said. "We're mutual. We had smash records together. I love us together. I think the world does too." Elsewhere in the discussion, Ice Spice touched on her former close friend sharing text messages between the two of them on X on May 4th. In the texts, the Munch artist says some negative comments about Nicki, calling her ungrateful and delusional. Ice admitted she was frustrated by contract negotiations with Nicki Minaj for their collaborative song, Barbie World. Despite her comments on the matter, the rhymer implies that she appreciates Nicki's artistry. "She's busy as hell. I don't really think she cares about ish like that coming from a random girl. But what I said in those texts was just in a moment of frustration around contract negotiations," Ice Spice said. "I could have chose different words, but at the end of the day, regardless of how I felt in that moment, Nicki is still somebody I respect as an artist, and I'm always going to admire everything she's done for me and the culture." On the other hand, Latto had something else to say. In Latto's Billboard cover story, she downplayed the prospects of a potential rap battle with Ice Spice. "If I was to do a battle, it would have to be with somebody I feel like I'ma go tit for tat with," Latto said. "I really don't mean it as shade." Would she even want to do that? Well, fans have had a lot to say concerning the disses that have been dished out in the past couple of days. One particular fan commented, "So Ice Spice and Cardi showed each other love and support. Then Ice collabed with Nicki and shaded Latto for no reason. Then Ice joined in Cardi v. Raymonti. Then Ice got exposed for talking about Nicki. Now Ice is shading Cardi to what? Win back the barbs?" A second fan commented on Latto's claims of Ice Spice not wanting to do a rap battle. They said,
"Shade, but it also was shade because she has gone tit for tat with you and you've been spiraling since."
"So what's really going on here? Is this feud with Cardi B and Latto for real, or is it all just a publicity stunt? And why are fans so divided over this?" To understand the full scope of this drama, we need to look at the history between these three artists. Cardi B and Latto have been in the game for a while, and they've had their fair share of feuds and controversies. But where does Ice Spice fit into all of this? Although the two have worked together in the past on the remix to Ice's hit single Munch, Feelin' You, some sort of rift seemed to arise between them after Cardi shaded Ice Spice during Hot 97's Summer Jam last year. At the time, Cardi B took center stage at the festival, held in the iconic UBS Arena, and her set was filled with surprises and guest appearances. Among the performers joining her were 21 Savage, Glorilla, and Latto, who featured prominently in a performance of their collaborative single Put It On Da Floor, continued. However, fans keenly observed a couple of instances that appeared to feature some shady moves directed at Ice Spice. Firstly, Cardi B kicked off her set by performing Tomorrow 2 Inches with Glorilla, but what caught fans' attention was the intro to the song. Cardi cleverly chose to begin with an intro that sampled the song Tomorrow from the iconic 1982 film Annie. Now, here's where the shade comes into play. The main character in the film, Annie, is known for her vibrant ginger-colored hair, which bears a striking resemblance to Ice Spice's signature hairstyle. It's no secret that Ice Spice is often recognized for her fiery locks, so this intro choice could be seen as a subtle dig at her expense. But that's not all. During the performance, the Summer Jam screen flashed an anime image of a woman that had an uncanny resemblance to none other than Ice Spice herself. The image depicted a woman who appeared to be bending over next to the New York City skyline, and the resemblance to Ice Spice, specifically her iconic Munch, Feelin' You persona, was hard to ignore. It's clear that Cardi B intentionally included this image, stirring up further speculation and fueling the ongoing feud between the artists. With these shady moments, Cardi B seemingly took sides in the Ice Spice versus Latto feud, making it apparent where her loyalty lies. By incorporating these subtle jabs into her performance, Cardi B not only entertained the crowd, but also sent a clear message to Ice Spice and her fans. Cardi B putting a caricature of Ice Spice on her set in the same outfit she wore on an IG story when she was rapping Tomorrow 2 and singing Annie before transitioning into Tomorrow 2, shading a girl that showed nothing but love to you, one fan tweeted. Other fans believe that Cardi B was not only throwing shade at Ice Spice, but also coming to the defense of Latto, who had been facing some copycat allegations. Let's spill the fashion-forward details, shall we? Over the past couple of years, Ice Spice has been turning heads with her super short miniskirts, strutting her stuff and flaunting her killer curves. You can't deny that her bodacious bod looks absolutely fabulous in those outfits. And guess what? She decided to rock that signature look during last year's highly anticipated set at Wireless Festival. To add some extra spice to the performance, Spice brought out Pink Pantheress to join her on stage for their TikTok hit, Boys a Liar PT. It was a moment of excitement and girl power, making fans go wild. However, Latto may have drawn inspiration from Spice's fashion choices. The up-and-coming artist appeared in a pleated Von Dutch skirt with a prominent front slit, reminiscent of Spice's trademark style. She paired the skirt with a small white tee and a black, white, and pink jacket from the same brand. Latto's outfit bore striking similarities to the aesthetic that Spice has been championing for quite some time. One Twitter user observed this and wrote, "Even though I feel like Ice Spice's style needs to evolve, I'm noticing that B is stealing her style right in front of our eyes." After seeing the video, another Ice Spice fan account shared a screenshot and wrote, "No identity LMAO." Interestingly, the rising star tweeted, "I hate a B," with no identity shortly after. In any case, the feud between Ice Spice and Latto has been going on since ancient times, or at least it feels like it. This feud is fueled by a fierce competition that has been brewing between these two talented artists. But let's keep it real, the competition is anything but fair. Ice Spice has skyrocketed to fame, becoming an absolute sensation with her smash hit Munch. She's been slaying the charts with her EP and another chart-topping single. Meanwhile, Latto is still a relatively fresh face in the industry, having entered the scene about 7 years ago. The tension between them is palpable, and it's clear that they are not on equal footing. Now, here's where the drama takes an interesting twist. Ice Spice and Latto initially bonded over their shared love for the one and only rap queen, Nicki Minaj. But hold up, that friendship went up in flames faster than you can say shade. Allegedly, Nicki Minaj threw some major shade at Latto, and that's when the feud truly ignited. It all started when Nicki went on a public rant, expressing her frustrations after finding out that her single Super Freaky Girl was removed from consideration for the rap categories at the Grammy Awards. The Grammy folks had the audacity to label the song as pop. But here's the kicker. Latto's song, Big Energy, which Nicki believed was just as pop as her own, was still in the running for the coveted awards. Can you imagine the level of shade being thrown around here? Nicki felt like she was being snubbed while Latto got a free pass. And at the time, she tweeted, "I have no prob being moved out the rap category as long as we are all being treated fairly. If Super Freaky Girl has to be moved out rap, then so does Big Energy. Anyone who says different is simply a Nicki hater or a troll." The move was obviously petty. But to Nicki, who was clearly frustrated, she felt like fair was fair. She even provided some clarity with her later tweets. Could you imagine someone telling you not to complain about being treated unfairly at your workplace? "This is my job. I work very hard. No diff from a 9. 5 where you should speak up for yourself if you know you're a great employee and continue to be purposely sabotaged," she tweeted. However, it's important to note that directly mentioning Latto in her tweets could easily be interpreted as throwing her under the bus. Unfortunately, by the time the news reached Latto, it had cast a shadow over what had initially been a good day for her. She had just received 3 American Music Award nominations earlier in the day, but the drama had dampened her spirits. The first tweet she shared on the matter was this: "Damn, I can't win for losing. All these awards/noms I can't even celebrate." Sad to see, but then she addressed Nicki Minaj directly after Nicki shared a DM that the two had shared. She wrote, "First of all, I texted you because I didn't want to do the internet-ish with someone I looked up to. Just like the first time I DM'd you asking about your ongoing subtweets. I wanted to speak up cause like I said I do agree. But the way you're going about it seems malicious, especially after how we left off." Now you might be wondering how Cardi fits into the Latto and Ice Spice's current rivalry. Remember when we mentioned the mutual love for Nicki Minaj between Ice Spice and Latto? Well, here's where Cardi B comes into play. While Latto couldn't keep up with that adoration, Ice Spice remained a devout worshiper of the rap queen, who just so happens to be Cardi's infamous nemesis. And we all know that anyone who adores Nicki is automatically on Cardi's not-so-good list. In 2023, Nicki Minaj herself had been lavishing Ice Spice with heaps of praise, showering her with compliments left and right. She even went as far as crowning her the coveted title of the People's Princess. What's more, she also took to Twitter last year to share Ice Spice's achievements and captioned her cover photo with the words, "Gag the People's Princess, catch it." But the love didn't stop there. Nicki went all out in showing her support for Ice Spice by commenting on her Instagram and eventually following her on the platform. In any case, Latto has been accused of copying Ice Spice's style severally in the past. The accusations were first made after Latto posted a photo on Instagram of her striking a similar pose to that of Spice on the cover of her EP, Like. One fan commented on this saying, "You posted this, so you're creating the narrative." Latto responded to the fan in question, writing, "Every time y'all accuse me of copying folks, I'ma clear it up. None mo none less." She added in a separate tweet, "I don't like how y'all take my tweets and make them fit your weak A narratives." In any case, Ice Spice, who many claim is an industry plant, has had a rapid rise to fame. But with fame comes scrutiny, and some argue that her career is starting to falter. This latest diss might be her attempt to stay in the limelight, but it's also brought a lot of negative attention. So, is Ice Spice really an industry plant? Let's break it down. The term industry plant refers to artists who are perceived to have been artificially promoted by record labels rather than having a genuine grassroots following. Critics argue that Ice Spice fits this description perfectly. You see, last year, during a sit-down with Complex, Ice Spice's manager James Roseman Jr. discussed some of the ways that the rapper's team helped her take off. After remarking that he and Ice Spice crossed paths after manifesting each other, he detailed what makes her different from some of her other contemporaries. She's very marketable. If you look at her image, it's clear there's no one that looks like her. And I think we're in a time that you have to be unique. He added that, while plenty of prospective stars are trying to carbon copy or just be the same as someone else, the true magic occurs when people keep it authentic. You have to be different. You have to be you. You gotta be authentic. Because we find a lot of artists trying to carbon copy or just be the same as someone else, and that can only get you so far. Roseman pointed out that he focused on empowering Ice Spice from the jump, and he helped transform her influence into artistic credibility. I think we did a great job of not boxing her in, making sure she wasn't boxed in as an influencer. And as you know, it's hard for that to translate into music the way it's doing now. So I think we did a great job doing that. While discussing Ice Spice's career, Roseman also touched on some of the doubts people had about her as an artist, especially after her infamous Rolling Loud performance in 2022. He noted that when tough times hit, it's his job to help Ice Spice and her team know there must be time for development. It comes down to having real conversations, but I think it's also managing expectations. And part of that conversation is like, look, Munch blew up so fast, there has to be time for development. So to make sure that she knows that, the team knows that. And that's why we go into rehearsals. He also pointed out that social media adds a whole new layer to the situation, as poor performances weren't really magnified as much in the past. When those things happen like Rolling Loud LA, social media, they magnify a lot of these different moments and highlight things, not knowing that there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. And compared to back in the day where there wasn't social media, if an artist had a bad show, that wasn't really magnified. Nonetheless, it's all about fostering development while playing catch-up, which Roseman calls the beauty of it. After all, now you get to see the growth. You get to ride on this journey with us and see her evolve into the superstar that we know she is. However, despite her initial success, Ice Spice has faced increasing backlash. Her recent album sales haven't been as impressive as expected, and some fans believe that her beef with Cardi B and Latto is a desperate move to stay relevant. Social media has been ablaze with reactions to this feud. Fans are taking sides, with some defending Ice Spice and others backing Cardi B and Latto. In the midst of all this, there are some who are now claiming that Latto intentionally started this rivalry by pretending not to know Ice Spice's song. You see, in 2023, Latto found herself facing backlash after drawing a blank when asked to complete lyrics from Ice Spice's Bikini Bottom.
Already chose.
Chose. Like.
A fan commented on this saying, "No, I'm actually hella correct. This was way before Boots and a skirt bookie. Was sparked off everything. She tried to play that girl knowing damn well who she was, and that song because like I said, she was active in trending herself and was TikTok heavy." Anyway, feuds and beefs are nothing new in the music industry, but they can have lasting impacts on careers and fan bases. This particular feud highlights the competitive nature of the industry and the lengths artists might go to maintain their relevance. As this drama continues to unfold, it's clear that the tensions between Cardi B, Ice Spice, and Latto aren't going away anytime soon. Will this feud escalate further, or will they find a way to resolve their differences? Only time will tell. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.